How do you define abstinence?
Well, I don't even like the word abstinence. It just got to be very popular because of the federal dollars that came. What does abstinence mean to most people? You know, you can sit next to Joe Sixpack on an airplane and, you know, and say abstinence, and they lean over and say abstinence. Well, from what? And then we'll say, well, sexual abstinence, and then that brings up another word picture in their mind. You know, when you talk about purity, that says a lot. It's like purity, okay, let's talk about that. Purity in relationships. Let's talk about intimacy. How do you have a long-term relationship that works? You know, that doesn't conjure up any negative feelings. Abstinence is abstaining from any sort of sexual stimuli until marriage. Anything that touches you in areas that are private. That is abstinence. It's pretty clear.
Why not teach abstinence along with information about condoms and STDs, what some people refer to as abstinence plus?
There is really no middle of the road. There is no common ground. There is no plus, and there is no plus. What is plus? A mixed message. What happens is when you teach abstinence plus what? Plus condoms. Condoms only. One cancels out the other. Kids are smart. Kids respond. And they respond negatively to a mixed message. They just want to know. They don't want to be told, okay, here's a road, go down the middle of the road. They want to know, should I drive on the right side? Should I drive on the left side? There's only the right side.
So, what should be taught about condoms?
Condoms are a joke. I mean, I've gone out on the streets and done the Jay Leno, so tell me, you know, right outside of a bar, are you going to be using a condom tonight? And, you know, I get laughter, no, I can't because I'm allergic to latex, or, you know, they don't really work. Using condoms is not rocket science. It's being taught. It's on every movie that you want to go to these days. They're teaching it on commercials. You can't go into a gas station without, you know, there's condoms in the gas station. There's the little manual there on how to put one on. This thing that we have to take, you know, wooden genitalia and take it into a fifth grader's class and go into this little child's mind, and the people that do this, my view is they should be arrested and put away somewhere because they're stealing this child's innocence and teaching them the how-tos of sex at this young age. It's ridiculous. So let's talk to them about something else. Let's talk to them about real intimacy. When I sit down with a young male and say, do you want to have great sex? He's like, yeah. Well, let me tell you how you get there. It's not by having random sex. You're actually not going to have good sex if you go out and you have multiple sex partners, because it's not about sex. It's about intimacy, intimacy of the heart.
In reality, many people will have random sex, won't they?
In reality. I hear that over and over and over. People are going to have sex. In reality. No, in reality, they're not going to have sex. That's what people are missing. A majority of people, and I do this on a daily basis. I get in a cab, I get in my limo driver yesterday, I say, so, let's talk about sex. Let's talk about, what do you think? Oh, I don't want any of those diseases. I'm not doing that. I'm looking for one woman. I want to have sex with just one woman. You know, that's reality. People get that.
What do you teach single mothers about abstinence?
I think that we have probably our finger on the heartbeat of single moms better than anyone, because we have a network of almost 4,000 groups for pregnancy centers in all the states. And we keep the data from that, and these are all single moms. And these single moms are getting programs. One program is called, It's Not About Finding the Right Man, It's About Being the Right Woman, and teaching those young women how to have better jobs and how to pick the right kind of guy and not go on welfare. And being this is all under welfare reform, we feel real responsible for these young moms. And we have a term that we call secondary virginity or renewed virginity, teaching them to, you know, you don't have to, it's not, don't look back, don't look at the past, it's the future. And we teach them how you walk to the future and you abstain. So the old adage of, oh, once you have sex, you're always going to have sex, it isn't true.
One of your goals is to undo the sexual revolution. Do you think you have been successful?
Well, the sexual revolution came, it went, it lost, and left lots and lots of pain and lots of heartache with it. And we have undone it. Abstinence until marriage programs are a household word. Some may scoff those who want to remain promiscuous and be irresponsible. And they have their own stories that will be told, and they'll be sad stories. But there's something new that's happening. There are less kids having sex than those that are. And not only are they not having sex, but they're going to college, they're studying, they're doing well, they're marrying well, they have careers, and they're making more money. And you know what else? Bottom line, they're happier, they're healthier. That makes all of America healthier.
Are you willing to work with those who advocate comprehensive sex education?
We work with most all the health departments and departments of education. They come to our conference. This year at our conference we had people from the Title X program there taking the stage. We had the CDC program taking the stage, and the gentleman from the CDC, Howell Wexler, stood up and told the crowd that they're willing to build bridges with us. But we're not compromising. We don't have to. We're running with the ball. We are not planning on throwing the ball back to them. We won't. We don't need to. They're coming alongside of us, and they're starting to talk about abstinence.
What role should parents play in all this?
The most important thing we must not forget is that the parent is the primary sex educator of their child. They have the rights, not the abstinence educator. Nobody else should be talking to my child, my grandchild, or, my friends' kids, but their parents. They have to be involved in it. And you know what? What's wrong in America, wrong in the schools, is what's been hijacked is the parental authority away from the parents to be able to talk to their children about this most intimate, personal part of their life. That belongs in the home. You know what I would do tomorrow if I could? I'd take every abstinence educator out of the schools. And I would take every sex educator out of the schools. And I would put the parents in schools. And I would teach them how to teach their kids. Then we would have the best, the very best, in purity and sex education in America.